Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, Atlanta Hawks fans, man? What it do? Your
Hmm.
boy Antoine Smith and Chris Pop Up Boy back in the building, man. Came up a quick topic with y'all, and we're gonna switch it up for y'all a little bit. We always talk about them Falcons, man, but let's switch it over to the Hawks because they having an excellent season right now. Even though they ninth in the East right now,
Hmm.
a span of 5, 6 games can put them up in the top three. As my boy Chris said earlier. But two names that we're gonna be looking out for: Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. That's what we're gonna talk about right quick. Do a quick pop up. Before we go on, man, you know what to do.
Hey man, how y'all doing out there, man? Thank y'all for coming in, tuning in. Always, yeah, we're doing a little switch up. Talking about a little Trey Young, a little Jaden Johnson, but really most important is what sparked this. Honestly, it's been all these trade rumors, and you know how it goes, man. Your team starts getting put in trade rumors, and then you have Shams talking about it. And once Shams starts talking, it's like okay, it feels a little different from just a regular insider. So take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, Bleacher Report came up with a idea that we're gonna talk about, get into it some more. So man, just kick back and relax. As I say over at the Hawks Digest, take off your shoes, leave on your socks, and get ready for the report that we're gonna be talking about in this one, man. Shout out to the chat.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about, man. Robert Blackman, what's good, my guy? Willie, what's good, man? Willie,
Happening, Willie.
thank you for always blessing the sports machine, man. I truly, truly appreciate you, my guy. And
Always.
our NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball insider,
Man, what's happening?
boy, RJ, man. RJ, boy, y'all just don't know how key a role he played behind the scenes, man.
Telling you.
RJ gives us our news when it breaks. Like I tell y'all all the time, if I can't get to it and I don't see it, I make sure RJ sees it, especially when I'm out and about and I, just can't get to it. But once I get back to the crib, it's on like
Oh,
popcorn. But RJ, man, truly, truly appreciate you, my guy. But
Mhm.
um,
Yes, sir.
let's get into this talk, man. I don't know what we want to talk about first, man, because there's so much to talk about. And
I
uh,
mean, we can. To be
let's
honest with
start
you,
with
we can.
Trey. Let's
You
start
said
with
well.
Trey because
So want to
we'll
start with
start
Trey?
with Trey.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. So P Hawks PR, and you put this on Twitter. Um, they announced that Trey Young is going to. I'm sorry, and the founder Dante signed the College Park Skyhawks, and
Mm.
this is more of a rehab as to sort of his training and things like that. He probably won't play in the game, but as I told you earlier, I think he probably should play at least one game to get his feet back up on it, even though he probably don't need to.
I was
I
about to
think
say that.
he got to get trust back in that knee. So I think one game should suit him fine. But they said it's just gonna be a practice thing, and
Right,
I get that part. But
and,
yeah, I mean it
and
is
the
what it
crazy
is.
thing about it, crazy thing about it, breaking news. Just because we're on this subject, bro. Right before we came on, maybe like an hour or so, Trey Young got transferred back to the Atlanta Hawks. Just that fast.
Wow, just that fast. So it was just a training thing to work with the trainers and things. I get that. So let me take that down because
I
that's
mean,
old
excellent training
news.
staff down there, and I'm
So
telling you, man, they do good work down there in College Park. Like as far as like development of players and everything, they really do a good job down there. Honestly, I mean, look at Jalen Johnson now. Yeah, he's a
yeah,
he's
I
a
was about to go
product
there.
from College Park.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Because his rookie season, man, when they sent him down, I think he averaged like 27 points, and he played in what about 3 or 4 games, or 5, or maybe more. But I know he averaged 27 points while he was down there. So he did
mhm.
his thing, and we saw the talent, then and there. But Trey Young coming back, man, it's gonna be big for the Hawks, because as he say he practiced with the Hawks today. So yeah, he absolutely did because I saw it on Twitter. I don't know what my mind at. I saw it on Twitter earlier. So he was at the Emory Center, and this could be huge for the Hawks.
Man,
And I see people saying, where does he fit in? How's it going to work out? Big bro, what's good? What's
what's
good, man?
happening,
What's
family?
good? Um, how it's going to work out? But honestly, man, I think it's going to work out just fine. And it really don't have nothing to do with Trey Young and Jalen Johnson. It has to do with the big man. Because as I tell y'all, that's been the biggest question mark still for the Hawks. Why? Because Kristaps Porzingis has been out with injuries. A injury,
Well,
medical
it's not even
condition,
an injury though,
a
bro. It's an
medical condition. Let's
illness.
just put it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's an
Yeah. So
illness. He's dealing with an illness.
right, Miss Christie was good, but if that's going to be the problem, and they still talking about this Anthony Davis trade, but before we get into that, let's keep talking about trade. But to
Okay.
me, I just think that the five is still the biggest problem, and Trae
Mhm.
coming back, I think the way he facilitates is going to help elevate Jalen Johnson, and I think it puts Ricochet in a better position because I think when they drafted Ricochet, it wasn't about being the number one pick; it was about what best fits Trey, and for a guy to be able to create his own shots, a guy that can space the floor and Ricochet, and just being a wing player, I think it benefits him more. So, what you think, right quick, about Trey and this offense?
Well, I mean, just to keep it honest, as far as I'm gonna start with Ricochet and work my way back. So with Ricochet, the thing is with him, like his development, he's really like how Quinn has him playing right now. It's not necessarily like he's playing freely. Um, you look at last year, a lot of the reasons why he was able to score was coming off of Trey. Trey was able to, help facilitate the ball to him, the ball would get swung around to him,
Right.
etc. like that. But you see it with like the way that the Hawks are playing right now, it's a different style of basketball that they're playing. It's not like pick and roll heavy. You have Jalen Johnson out there, and sometimes depending on Jalen to get downhill and get past the defender, and just once he rises, it's either going to be a dunk, it's either going to be a gliding layup, or it's either going to be a gliding like little floater off of the glass.
Right.
It's going to be something, what I'm saying, like around. It's going to be something high efficient and around the rim. Is the point? Like that's Jalen's game, and he's even starting to like add like a little turnaround. He's been working on his game for sure. Because I mean, I've talked about the deficiencies with Jalen, him not having to have the dribble drive pull up, him not playing with his back to the basket, which I feel like if Jalen plays with his back to the basket more often, I don't think it's a lot of guys that can really fool with him, especially with that turnaround. He's been working
Right.
on it. He's starting to knock
Right.
that down more often now. So it just like when Trae comes back, now I am a Trae Young fan. I sometimes people rag on me about it, and I understand. But at the same time, I am a fan. But I'm a bigger fan of the game of basketball. I think
Facts.
when Trae comes back, it should not Quinn Snyder should not run a heavy pick and roll offense all the time. I think he needs to be able to mix in stuff for Trae, mix in stuff for Jay. You're going to have to earn your money here because you have two guys that play totally different styles, but at the same time, they really both need the ball in their hand. It cannot be ball dominant Trey. You cannot. You have it's not an A and B thing anymore. What should I say? It's not a 1 and 2. I used to call Jalen the number 2. It has now become a 1A, 1B. So now what Quinn Snyder has to do is he has to figure out the rotations. He has to figure out how can I be able to still give Trey some pick and roll, but have Trey buy in to the off ball as well. Now in the
Yeah.
past, we haven't seen Trey do it at a high level, to be honest. But I'm hoping that when Trey comes back, the offense is going to take another step forward. But I don't think that it should be going fully back to just Trey with the high usage rate. I honestly feel
I
like if
got
Trey can adapt his game, it will make him a
right.
better ball player for one, and also the Hawks can still be able to flow. The ball still needs to move, but you do need another offensive weapon. Trey is another offensive weapon because it can't be
Right.
the Jalen Johnson and the Nikhil Alexander Walker show. That's mostly what it's been this year, especially with Porzingis out. Now, Double O has been very serviceable, and he's been shooting the ball well from the three-point line at an efficient rate. Like, I'm very proud of Double O because honestly, I feel like that's one thing that helped him save his career. He can get down in the paint, yes, but he's still undersized for the position that he plays. So with that being
Yeah.
said, he still has to figure out another way how he can affect the game of basketball at a different level. So he had to be able to be a
Agreed.
floor spacer, you know. So
Agreed. And the way he's improved his 3-point shot is crazy. You don't see that evolution that much from big men. But one way I think that they can institutionalize something to where it benefits both Jalen and Trae is to keep letting Jalen bring the ball up the floor and get Trae more, catch and shoots because he's pretty good at that as well. So with Jalen, the way he's improved his passing, these 4 straight triple doubles, um,
mhm.
that lets us know he's evolving his game as a passer. And as I tell y'all, every guard needs a big man. So now Trae has 3 because I think he works well with double low. He works well with Ricochet, Jalen Johnson, and now Porzingis. So he's gotten that part as to how he can evolve himself as passing. And like you said, one way that I also think that they could help Trae is with the number 2 position. Do you move Dyson Daniels to the bench, even though he's one of their best defenders or their best defenders, but his scoring is pretty much a liability. So to keep things on track with scoring, do you bring in NAW to play more of the 2? Uh, because he can score a little bit better, and his defense is pretty good too. But do you leave him as the 6th man? So that's one decision you have to make.
I ain't
But
gonna lie to you, bro. But
this
Nikhil
point, hold
Alexander
on,
Walker. Oh, what
hold
you?
on. Let me
Oh yeah,
get
yeah.
this
So
super chat. Let me get the super chat right quick, and this going into what I'm saying. Trey will be more traditional point guard, not feel like he has to carry all the score by himself. Heck to the no AD. And we're gonna get into that in a second, Willie. Thank you for the donation, my
yes,
brother.
sir.
But the way that they could fix this, um, he's going out to get another big man because Porzingis' medical condition is probably not going to get any better. But again, before we get
I
into
hope
that,
so.
go and finish what you was going to say about
Nikhil.
them figuring things out with Trey and Jalen.
Well, I mean, with Nikhil Alexander Walker, I honestly want him to come off the bench, and the reason why is because he is such a weapon that, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to stunt his growth or anything like that. It's just when Trey comes back, let's just be honest, he's not coming back off the bench. Okay. So, with that being said, I think Nikhil Alexander Walker coming off the bench against the second unit of the other teams, he should be in there cooking.
Right.
Besides, you think about it. If you do go with Trey, Nikhil Alexander Walker, um, Jarisha Shea, Jalen Johnson, and Double O. If that's your starting unit, you still just made your bench weaker because, like you just said, Dyson Daniels. Sometimes he's Dyson Daniels, and and with Dyson Daniels, sometimes he's different guys. He's not necessarily all one guy and all one player. Some nights
Right.
he's the Great Barrier Thief. Some nights he's Dyson Lamar Daniels, as I call him on Hawks Digest. And then sometimes he's just Dyson Daniels. Now, when he's just Dyson Daniels, that means he didn't produce you anything on the offensive end, and he
Right.
possibly got into a little bit of foul trouble too. So he
Yeah.
possibly didn't give you really anything outside of probably rebounds. Because I love the fact that Dyson Daniels is a rebounding guard. I'm telling you, man, I love it.
So, so do you think that would be the reason why you keep him in as a starter?
I mean,
Because he's
also
the
you
better
think about it. You
rebounder.
put him. Yes, you got it. Man, you can't take Dyson out because you think about it. Dyson adds balance to the starting unit because
That's
even
true.
though because I mean he can give you something but at the end of the day his defense is so elite that you can't take that off the floor, especially with a guy like Trey coming back. You can't take that off the floor. That's why initially when we first brought him over last year, I said, "Oh, you have to start this guy."
Right.
Because he's going to help out Trey, and he did. I'm glad that they started Dyson Daniels this year. I'm not sitting him on the bench because what he can do is guard the next guy, the other opposing team best defender out there. And like you said, Nikhil does play good defense himself. So it's going to be
Right.
sets to where both of them are going to be on the floor at the same time. But you also, if Dyson goes to the bench and Nikhil comes in, now you are adding some scoring and some defense. Dyson
Right.
is
So
still the better defender on
yeah.
the team, but as far as like a guy that's a combo, it's definitely Nikhil Alexander Walker, which is another reason why I want to have him fresh and being the leader of the second unit. Because I mean, he deserves to lead a unit the way he's been playing, and he can lead that second unit. Even though Keaton Wallace will be the backup point guard, it's still gonna be Nikhil leading that second unit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right. So yeah, great move. Great analysis, man. Because I was thinking too, as he just got to pick out the second unit and what best fits with the situation. Because one way, like if Trae comes out like you said, that takes away from the scoring, but at the same time, it picks up on the defensive end, and this is a fast break type team. With the way they're playing, that means Jalen turns into the point guard. So it's just so many ways that you can go, but Quinn just has to figure that part out. But Devon said he wants to see Big O move the power forward and find true center. The only thing about that, I agree with that because I actually said that, but Chris told me, man, that don't make sense because he's a little bit too slow to be a power forward. Because if you look at Jalen, how athletic he is and how quick he is, you put a Jalen Johnson on a double O or a double O on a Jalen Johnson, that's a mismatch. So he's at the right position. He just doesn't have the length. Now he has, wingspan. He has wingspan, but as far as body, like when he goes against guys like Embiid and guys like that, he gets kind of dominated. But in today's NBA, it really ain't no position. It's positionless sport now, so he just fits wherever. Because if you remember that game, what was that? Who they played? I think it was the 76ers. When Jalen was dishing him the ball, he was just popping threes left and right. So it was Sacramento or Philly. It was one of those teams, but yeah. So it's tricky with that.
That's what I'm saying about Big O. He's improved that shooting. I feel like if Big O can get one or two signature moves, like I ain't saying he got to go out there and be Kyrie. I ain't saying he got to have a bink. I ain't talking about that. I'm just saying be able to have like a couple signature moves and a counter to it as well in the post to be able to, gain some space and get some of those bigger guys off of him even more. I think I would try him at the 4. But, it's because since he's added the shot, I'm more open to it now because I know I did say that at the beginning of the season, but his shooting has improved. So now with that being said, if he can just add just one or two more signature moves, I possibly may try that power forward thing but what's going to have to happen with that is, and he's working on it as well, because I think Jalen is shooting the ball better from 3-point line than he did last year.
Oh, absolutely.
But overall, if he can get that going, Jalen Johnson, and I think if he starts to play with his back to the basket a little bit more too, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I would try to do Jalen at the 3 and and double O at the 4. But again, if in order for us to do that, we have to have like either Porzingis back or somebody, a presence that is going to be down there. Because even though Double O has been getting blocks and stuff like that, it's still just only Double O. My biggest fear is to end up being in the situation that we are in right now, and then Double O goes down just from exerting so much energy and being the only true presence out there. Because we got Asa Newell, but let's keep it real. Asa just got here. He looks very good and polished coming out the SEC, but he's still a young pup that still is just trying to gain his way and gain minutes. To ask him to go out there.
He's actually taller than Double O.
Right.
He's actually taller. So
but at the same time, he ain't got the size. I mean, it's just like throwing Moji out there. It's the same difference.
Yeah.
I mean, Moji got the effort, but as far as like what I'm talking about, okay, can he get backed under the basket? Yes, depending on who the big is. That's the point that I'm saying. But Moji, his effort is similar. Moji and Double O are similar players in effort. Those guys, they really are glue guys that can really help you defensively, but they just don't have the size or the weight right now. Even Moji has said many times in interviews that he is not big on eating. He's never his biggest thing this offseason. He actually had to gain pounds and he had to eat, and he had to eat more. He said that was the toughest thing he ever did in his life because he's not big on eating food. So
that's crazy to say for somebody that big. Man.
I'm just
But
saying.
Mark, well, go ahead, finish that, and then I get
No,
to
no, I'm
the
just
next
saying.
subject.
No, no, go ahead,
Yeah.
go with this.
Okay, Mark Stein said Jalen Johnson considered untouchable in trade discussions. Hawks have no intention to trade him away. And I think I told y'all this on the previous show, and where it was during a 1 hour football show, but I touched on it. Jalen Johnson, one of those guys that you absolutely cannot trade. And coming out of Duke, I see it. You know, the Hawks got to steal at that pick, and I stood by it, even though he suffered with injuries his first couple of years. I said, y'all just wait till this kid get healthy, and he's gonna wreck hell, and he has. He's
Mm-hmm.
evolved tremendously, and to me, he's today is smarter than Grant Hill, and I know that's a lot to say because Grant Hill is, you know, a triple threat on the floor at the forward position, but Jalen Johnson has
Mm-hmm.
that same type talent. But him not being untouchable is not, you know, a surprise to me. Because I said, you know, maybe Trae shouldn't even be untouchable. Maybe should go out and try to find a deal where you bring in another big man like we just talked about and just complete this team. It doesn't have to be a big name. He just has to fit what they do and do it well. So with Trae coming back and then Jalen, you know, evolved the way he had with those triple doubles and scoring, I just think you just can't trade it. But we're about to get into that trade. But tell me what you think about it as to why he shouldn't be tradable as to the option. Because let's be real, and with the Giannis and a lot of these older superstars, that's what teams are trying to do. They're actually trying to get a younger superstar to get off the older guy that's they don't have to pay as much. Because I think Giannis is at damn near 60 million a year, and Jalen is
He's at
about what half of
57.
that.
He's at
So
57. Yeah.
yeah, so it only makes sense. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Johnson, honestly, I mean, his game speaks for himself. I'm making the case for the man to be an all-star this year. He's
Absolutely.
almost turning into a walking triple-double because he's definitely a double-double without question. And this man, I've seen him have games to where he's had 7 points, but the guy has like what 12 rebounds, 11 assists. And
Right.
by the way, that's just in the first half. I'm just saying. So this guy, like, and again, man, like Jalen Johnson, man, like his game is going to another level, bro. And at the beginning of the season, it's like if you want to do that, you could, but that would mean that you were giving up on what Jalen Johnson could possibly be, and you're just thinking,
Right.
okay, yeah, this guy's nothing but injuries. But with Anzi Saleh, you know what I'm saying, with the fillet, with him at the helm, he wants to see. And I mean, Mark Stein has said it. Mike Scotto has said it. Shams has said it. I mean, I'm just giving you different guys that have said the same things just in different ways. The Atlanta Hawks want to see what Trae Young and Jalen Johnson can be together before they make any rash, any major decisions. Their main focus is to see what these guys can be.
That's what I'm
So
talking about, man. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
you
But
know,
go ahead.
Jalen Johnson, you can't trade that guy. I mean, especially
Absolutely
for
not.
Giannis, because I feel like Giannis is, I mean, just being honest, he is a beast. But Giannis is on the
He on the
other
back
side
end.
of about to be on
Yeah,
the other side of 30.
he on the
And the
back end.
way that Jalen Johnson has been playing this year, there is no way I trade that to Milwaukee, even though he's from the area. I'm not
Yeah,
sending
he
him
is.
home for Giannis at this point when Jalen Johnson is turning into nearly a walking triple double.
Right.
Like, honestly, shout out to all the Hawks fans that were defending Jalen Johnson. I mean, I was one of them, but I'm just saying all the Hawks fans that were
I was right
defending
there
the
with you,
point.
bro. I
And
was
there
right there
was
with you.
right, you as well. But I remember vividly of having a conversation with a Hawks fan, and they saying, "Man, you really think about it. If Jalen can stay healthy, he possibly could be our Giannis." I said, "Absolutely, or
Yep.
better." Yes, I
Yep.
even said or better because that was the potential of what could be again if he stays healthy. Now you seeing it. JJ is a beast. This man had 4 straight like triple doubles in a row. You know, that's like that tied a franchise record. That hadn't been done since like the early 60s and 70s. So again, so the biggest reason not to trade Jalen is that contract. Hello, Josh. Talk to him, Josh.
But he's
Say it a little louder for the people in
but
the back, Josh,
but
because you
he
got this
said
guy
he would
who gives
100%
you,
swap Jalen for Giannis.
bro. I'm not doing it. I'm not
So I
doing
mean,
it.
what's it gonna be? You just contradicted yourself
No, 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 no.
because
The biggest reason why not to trade Jalen is that contract. That's what I agree with. I don't agree with the I would 100% swipe Jalen for Giannis. I'm not doing that.
but the reason why I said he contradicted himself is for the contract is you weren't traded for that contract, but you were traded for Giannis, who is $57 million, who is double what Jaden is getting paid. So I mean, what would it be? Would you go for Giannis or would you rather have your youth and the contract? Because a triple threat as far as passing, as far as rebounding, yeah, Giannis he's going to be one of the greats all the time. But at the same time, he doesn't bring the versatility as far as getting everybody involved. Because he's a forward slash center, so he's going to be more around the rim and rim protector. But I just don't see that trade. It just really doesn't make
I would
sense. And
want to keep.
then go ahead, go ahead.
I said I want to keep. I want to keep JJ, and if you can add Giannis, then maybe we can talk about that. I mean, my thing is, bro, he's supposed to be better than him right
Yeah.
now.
Well, don't
That's
that
what
sound familiar?
that's
Just
the
like Kirk
whole
Cousins,
reason.
Michael Penix.
That's the whole reason
Yeah.
why I don't want to get rid of him, because this Joker is still growing, but he's
Hadn't hit
giving
that
you
ceiling.
triple doubles now.
Yeah. Hadn't hit that ceiling yet.
I'm just
That's the
saying,
thing.
bro, like Jalen is only 24.
He
You
what?
want me to get rid of that for Giannis, who is
You
30,
say he
about to
what?
be 31, NBA champion, former
Wow.
MVP, all those things like that. I understand the accolades that he had before 2025. I do. And yes, Giannis is averaging like 29, but who else is in the way over there? Miles Turner? Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'm not trying to belittle you or anything like that, because I respect your opinion. And at least we're talking about a proven winner. So let me just, what I'm saying, put that
Yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
But at the same
That's true.
time, I'm just like, I'm so curious about the potential of where Jalen can go, because he is not at his ceiling yet. That's all I'm saying. He's not at his ceiling, and we got him for a steal. We're only paying this man $150 million, and if he continues to ascend, that's gonna look even more of a better contract, and you can still do other moves and have him on that. I feel like if he continues in his trajectory, get an all-star appearance or two, maybe like an all NBA or something like that. If you can throw stuff that in, then you're gonna have to start talking about an extension pretty soon, because you don't want him to get to the end of the contract and have to pay more. So that's another thing too. I feel like it's a good situation, but honestly, guys, we could wait. Yeah, like if you want to get Giannis, still a possibility we could wait, because what, next year is the last year of his contract, and then he's a free agent.
Yeah.
So if you have the cap space, and you're in, and if Anzi Saleh works everything right with draft picks and stuff like that, you possibly could just wait it out and maybe in the sweepstakes if he becomes a free agent. If Milwaukee doesn't find the deal that they want to move on from him and just hold him until the end of his contract, then he can choose where he wants to go. You
That's
could
what
be
I
in
think
on
they're
that
gonna do, bro.
cost.
That's what I think they're gonna do because they won't get a fair deal if they trade him. I'm
I don't
telling you,
think.
they
I
won't.
think they. I think they try to. I think they try to strip you of everything that you have for Giannis. Like I like
Yeah, because they rebuilding. Think
and they're
about it.
going to want that draft pick. They're going to
Yeah.
want the draft pick. I'm not. I'm not giving Milwaukee a reason to rebuild. Forget y'all.
That
No.
that that just like giving up two damn future superstars.
Who knows,
Because
bro?
if that's a top five pick, and depending on who it is, you giving them two superstars for an aging superstar. That don't make a lick of sense.
My thing is, I don't want to. We're the third youngest team in the NBA. Now you can look at it and be like, well, why you want to continue to add rookies? But my thing is, why do I want to gut the team and potentially may miss a step, skip a step, bring in a certain veteran, and then they try to gut the team for them? I don't want to gut the team. Like, serviceable. compensation is cool, but once you start talking about 2 players, 3 picks, a kidney, a lung, and all that stuff like too, I'm just like, bro, what are we
You ain't
talking
right.
about?
You ain't right. But Clutch Points put this up a little bit earlier, and I kind of copied this because they made a great point. They, right in front of our eyes, 2021, a couple of learning seasons, and then the breakout came last year before he got hurt. Then you fast forward to this year, and it's 19 points, 10 boards, and look, he's just really coming into his own, like they're saying, with his athleticism, his physicality, rebounding, and defensive standout. But the biggest surprise has been playmaking. But I actually seen that at Duke. So it's
Bro,
not a surprise to
yes,
me. And
not a
when you have
surprise.
a guy that's a walking triple double that with a Grant Hill type talent, you got to find a way to keep that, because think about it, what Grant Hill could have been had he not got hurt. So look, I mean, it's just what it is, man. It's something that you just can't trade because you won't get fair return. And speaking of fair return, there is a trade on Bleacher Report
Man, look
that
at this mess.
they're throwing out there. And look,
Let me
I'm
tell you
telling you, Anthony Davis is probably going to be a Hall of Famer in his career. He's won a championship. I think he was Player of the Year once or twice. But in his prime, like later New Orleans Pelicans days, when he started coming to his own before getting traded to the Lakers, he was a top 5 player in the league, maybe top 10 at least. But look at this trade, and y'all throw your comments in the comment box. Tell me what you think about it. But Chris, he brought this up, so I'm gonna let him start it off and tell y'all what he told me, because what he said made too much sense. Take it away.
All right. So, with this being said, the first no already for me, for Dallas, is the 2027 first round pick, top 4 protected. You already don't screw it up already, even talking about, even asking me for that. And my thing is, this is not Pelicans AD. This is not Lakers AD. This is Mavericks AD. My point is, he just has a lot of tread, not a lot of tread left on those tires. He is a Hall of Famer, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I've already said on Hawks Digest, if you're gonna trade for AD, Kristaps Porzingis makes the most sense being involved in a trade. It makes the most sense. I mean, not just with the 30 million, but just why would you keep Kristaps and have AD? But my thing is Luke Kennard. Okay, I can understand that too. Luke Kennard makes like 12 million or something like that too for 1 year. I'm
Yeah,
not
about
mad at
11 or
that.
12. Yeah, 11 or
So
12.
we can talk about Kristaps and Luke Kennard, but once you start talking about that 2027 first round pick, you lose me right there. And then we just got Asa Newell. I would more so add Muhammad Gay than over Asa Newell.
Absolutely.
And I know that Muhammad Gay is a guy he's a high motor guy. He gives effort. He tries out there. He helps you on defense. He gives you size and everything. And he is taller than Asa Newell. But overall, I do feel like Asa Newell, from an outside shooting aspect, from around the rim aspect, and still eventually once he gets a little bit more size and into the real NBA program and be able to add that physicality, I do believe that Asa is going to be better than Mo G. So,
Yeah, I
but
agree.
that's my personal opinion.
I
So if
agree.
this trade is up there, I'm saying, okay, you can have Kristaps, you can have Mo G, you can have Luke Kennard, you can have, let's talk about a pick in maybe 2029 or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that
He might
2027,
not
you
even be
can
playing
forget it.
then.
Yeah, you can forget it for Asa Newell. Asa Newell in that 2027, no. But I give you Kristaps, and I give you Mo G, and I give you Luke Kennard, and I give you something in the 2029 personally. You know what I'm saying? Just to sweeten the pot, because really I feel like, if you want to get rid of AD because you're trying to make room for what's my guy name that just got drafted? Just went off and had 40 points, the most ever as an 18-year-old.
Cooper Flag.
Cooper
Yeah.
Flag. Yes. So it's like you
Yeah.
want to make it Cooper Flag's team, as you should. Ain't gonna lie, he's that type of talent. But at the same time, I'm not doing anything too favorable for you. It's got to make sense for me because I'm
Right.
growing. I'm growing and I have a product that I'm growing. I don't need to be trying to skip steps and miss steps just because you try to hold a Hall of Famer in front of me. I still got to trust my process too. And we got some pieces that could go somewhere, but if it's the right pieces and if these guys are showing, you can start trying to trade. I just feel like if you make the trade, you don't give up that 2027 round. That's for darn sure.
Right.
And if you could try to see if you can keep Asen and flip Mo.
I can see that. But Devon, Zubats, me and Chris talked about that last week. The thing
Yeah,
about that, they want 2 first-round picks, and he's not worth
bro.
that.
I'm
He's not
sorry,
worth
I'm
that.
not doing that. I
No,
give you Chris
no.
stops, and
And they don't
they
want
be
him
like a
because he old.
2029.
Yeah. Yeah, I
But
give you a 2029 and 2031 first round pick. That's about best I can do.
so,
And probably, yeah, like you said, Porzingis. But it wouldn't even take that because he's making less than double O. So you could probably send double O and probably get, if they give them 2 first round picks, they could probably give you 2 second round picks back. So it's really not an even deal. You probably still have to throw in a second player.
man,
So, I get that, and I talked about that, and it absolutely makes sense because he's a true center.
mm-hmm.
But he's just not worth what they asking for. And
And you think about
yeah, go
this
ahead.
too.
Go ahead.
The Hawks want to keep Double O. They do.
Yeah, they do.
You're going to
They
have
do.
to really give them a nice deal for them to get off of Double O. Because I'm telling you, there's already been like deals and different things where you could possibly have moved Double O, and they did not.
Right.
So at the end of the day, they believe in Double O. I'm not mad at him. For
And I
for his
think
size, he's a guy
wasn't the
that's a
Mavericks
high.
one of those teams
You said what?
that looked at double O?
Who?
Weren't they one of those teams in trade rumors?
Oh, you said what team was in the trade rumors for Double
I
O?
think Dallas was one of those teams. What I was saying, the team
Oh,
that we're
yeah.
talking about now.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Golden State at one point in time, they had a
right.
whole thing about maybe trade him to Golden State for Kaminga. Now I didn't feel like that made sense, you know. So
Yeah, I like that starting 5, but
yeah,
I'm just telling you, he just not worth 2 first round pick unless his future way down the road. The Lakers did want him too. So
yep, yep. Lakers
yeah,
want him
I
too.
just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. But yeah, man. It's just gonna be interesting to see how they put Trae back in the fold. And I think he's not gonna just throw it back out there, throw him back out there just to the wolves. I think he'll take it game by game, probably 15, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, probably a couple of games till he get back his stamina. So we'll see, man.
Can I have can I say a crazy take that I know that's not going to happen?
Big
And
Sean,
I
what's up?
understand it's not,
Go ahead.
but
You got it. Go ahead.
nah. What's up, fam? How you feeling out there? Hey man, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check out Sean, man. He got the gaming channel doing this thing, man.
Hey, before
Doing
you
the
go,
NBA
I'm
2K.
glad he popped in. Before you go, Chris, um, I want y'all to hear from Sean Mott when we get him back on the show, and hopefully he can join us for a Hawks take. He'll tell y'all I raved about Jalen Johnson. I even put it on Twitter because I remember it. I raved about Jalen Johnson. They be like, "Who is this at number 20? Who is this?" I said, "Yeah, go look at this Duke tape. He only played in 11 games, but you see the potential. You see the
Yeah,
scoring, the rebounding, the passing. You see all of that. And for them to get him at 20 without that ACL injury, just like we talked about a former Falcon, this kid is a lottery pick top 5 easily because he's a Jason Tatum, he's a Carmelo Anthony, and he's a Grant Hill type talent. All 3 of those players wrapped up into one. Sean, to tell y'all, I said that years ago. But go ahead, Chris. I just
oh
had to
yeah.
give my boy a shout out, man.
Yeah, man. Just talking about his gaming channel, man. He does some simulations, he does some real gameplay, and he'll play against you too. So, if you want to pick up the
Oh yeah.
sticks, definitely can do that.
I'm
But
scared to
yeah.
play him in Madden. I ain't gonna lie to you because I don't like to get my ass whooped. I'm so low on
Uh,
video game. But go ahead.
nah, I feel you, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not going out there if I'm not prepared. But yeah, overall, like I said, this trade, I don't want to do that trade. I mean, I don't, I'm open to Anthony Davis, but you want to know also something I'm open to? I'm open to hopefully getting Kristaps Porzingis back. Hopefully now, and healthy to see what he can possibly still do with Trae Young and Jalen Johnson on a consistent basis. We can, again, I would love to get at least 50 games out of Chris Stopps, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I know right now what we only have gotten 13 out of him. So we'll see about that. That may be a large number. That may be a large number, but hopefully in 2 weeks after reevaluation, hopefully that illness will be off of him, man, and we can be able to get him back in, so the Hawks can see exactly what they have. And if it's not what they like, then at the trade deadline we can start talking about something. I just feel like it's just so premature to just say trade this guy, trade that guy, trade this guy, and you don't know exactly what the future holds. In particular, now I've said it and you said it as well, Smitty. We talked about it. Chris Stopps, this could have been all in the plan, except for the illness. But this could be all in the plan to have Chris Stopps, and you maybe flip him and flip his expiring contract at the deadline.
Right.
But
because basically that's why he got the deal. But that's why they actually got Porzingis. Yeah, he can change things with his dynamics on offenses, scoring and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get in a bind, that contract is easy to trade out. You can probably get 2 players for one, depending on who you go after, because of the money factor. So, I mean, it was a smart move by Saleh. Trust me, he was thinking about it. He was thinking about it both ways. He can come in and help us, or if things don't work out, which they're not right now, I can flip him to a team that needs another center that has a guy in place that he can come in and feed off of, or we get something back for him. So I mean, he made the right decision, whether we like it or not. You got to look at it in more ways than one. But Saleh absolutely made the right deal.
I'll tell you though, him being out right now does hurt all that, because you do want him to play games, because that helps your case when you're trying to make a trade for him, or if you want, even if you want to do, or if you even want to extend him. I mean, that hurts all that. So at the end of the day, right here and right now, how I feel, I don't feel like Kristaps Porzingis will be a Hawk long term anyway, but he could be flipped. We'll see what happens. We'll just see what happens with that, because his health is everything, man. But ultimately, though, I still feel like Trae Young needs to be a part of the Atlanta Hawks, because the Atlanta Hawks, that franchise, they need him, and it ain't even about just being a fan of Trae or anything like that. You can see it, that they need that extra scoring, they need that extra ball handler, they need that extra playmaker. Sometimes they need the guy that's going to get to the line, slow the game down, for the other team, and just, be able to get a few free throws while the clock is stopping. It's a lot of different things that this team could possibly look like if Trae fully buys in, and if Quinn can fully be able to have that offense to where you can cater to Trae, you can cater to JJ. I know what people are going to say. Quinn Snyder didn't even do well with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. Well, honestly, I feel like that should have never happened anyway. But, that's neither here or there anymore. But this is two different archetypes. Like, seriously, like Jalen Johnson does things that Trae Young can't do. And Trae Young does things that he should not be able to do at his height, but he's able to do it. So it's going to be interesting for Quinn Snyder. I want you to earn that money now, Quinn. It's going to be all on you to figure it out when Trae comes back.
Facts. And the thing about it, like you just said, Trae scores better than the paint than some big man or some wing man. Think about that.
Sometimes with that floater.
Yeah, with the way Jalen Johnson is evolving, if they get that big man that they really, really need, this could either be a top 3 team in the East, and they could make another run to the Eastern Conference Finals, because guess what? Milwaukee is not there anymore. Cleveland is a little suspect now. Boston doesn't have Tatum. So the Hawks are going to make a move to the final. This might be the year. And all they have to do is put things together and catch everything at the right stride going into the playoffs. And who knows?
Yeah, bro, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not parting ways with that lottery pick. And my thing is, it's just, you're going to have to, again, if this was New Orleans Pelicans AD, I ain't going to lie to you, they can have that pick.
Oh, it happened. Without a doubt. I said it earlier.
But that's what I'm saying. It's going to take something like that. It's going to take something like that for me to get off there. You're going, like it's only certain players that I'm even going to trade that pick for. Like, let me think about a couple of players I may trade that pick for. Anthony Edwards. If he's involved in any kind of way, you can have that pick. I don't care about that pick. Let's see. Wemby. But of course, they're not going to trade him. But I'm just saying, I'm just naming players that like make sense to trade that pick for. It's got to be superstar type of guys that can come in and help the Hawks. As crazy as it may sound, I would not trade that pick for a guy like Karl Anthony Towns.
Hell no.
So I'm just saying, like, it's certain guys that I'm trading that pick for.
The only person that I would trade that pick for, and I hate to say this, and we don't need him, and that's Anthony Edwards. That's it. That's the only person, because I know what I'm getting in him. He's another guy that's a combo player, and he can play really all three positions from the 1 to the 3. And you got to get a versatile superstar in order to trade, for Jalen Johnson or somebody like that. I mean, that's just me. Because there's no younger guy that's about his age at 24 that's, ceiling is still going up like his. So, yeah, I don't see it. And maybe Cade Cunningham, he ain't going anywhere. So, look.
Yep, man. I knew when Detroit got Cade, I said, man, they put some pieces around him. They're going to have somebody. And boy, them Pistons, and it took a couple seasons because, of course, they had some bad juju they had to get out of there. But look at them this year, man. You've seen their potential last year, but this year, man, they're the cream of the crop right now in the Eastern Conference. And it's crazy talking about Boston, because Boston is second right now. I mean, do you want to be honest?
That's coaching. That's coaching. Let's be honest. That's coaching. Right now. So
that's coaching. Yeah. I mean, Luka, SGA. That's what I'm saying.
But them all superstar that not going anywhere. Let's keep it real. We know they.
That's my point. Anywhere. So my point is, it's really like nobody you really can give me. It's going to have to be like some kind of package or something like that. But you're not going to be willing to part ways with somebody that I really want, or somebody that's worth a darn to get that pickup for. So.
And the only reason Ant name came up is because I know Minnesota is one of those teams. Yeah, they'll trade a superstar in a minute. They traded Kevin Garnett. They traded Towns. I mean, they've just been known to do it. Isaiah Ryder. So look, tell you, I mean, that would be the only one.
Yeah, I don't know. A part of me still feels like somehow, some way, Ant-Man gonna come home before his career is over.
I feel like he will. But it'll probably be another 5 years. And then really, I mean, who knows? However that lottery pick turns out, if he turns out he's trending upward and we don't need that position, that would be the perfect time. So who knows? But yeah, man. Another great show, man. Another great pop-up show. We just try to start doing these a little bit more often. We had a time, man. These always turn to great conversation, especially with the news that's been coming out. Again, man, don't forget to catch us Sunday after the game. It'll probably be like 7:30. And as I'm looking at it, Arizona, we talked about, y'all. Please go check out that preview show from last night.
Yes.
It'll give y'all our thoughts and previews on that game. And you know what's next for the Falcons. But Raheem Morris did a press conference today. I'm gonna try to do a video on that today, have it out sometime tonight. And other things, and y'all know where to catch me, Fatboy Slim _21 on Twitter. Also, it's Smitty Sports Machine right here. As I give y'all latest breaking news, my thoughts on certain topics, debates, and just anything Atlanta Falcons, basically. But Chris, you know what to do.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man. A1 Forever Sports, of course, the platform on YouTube. Hey, man, listen. I got to give a special shout out to everybody that is subscribed to A1 Forever Sports, man. Finally done crossed over 4,500, actually. So, you know, it took a minute. I ain't gonna lie, I switched up my YouTube. I stopped kind of like posting in many shorts. YouTube was like, okay, you do what you want to, but we're gonna do what we want to too. So it's been a struggle, you know, trying to climb back up into the YouTube ranks, but I'm working on it. And like again, thank you to everybody who subscribed to my channel. I mean, you can subscribe to anybody else. So I mean, I'm grateful. I'm a firm believer that nobody got to do anything for you, for real, for real. So I'm really appreciated to everybody who is sub over to A1 Fable Sports, and also, man, catch me on the Hawks Digest as well too. Shout out to everyone who subscribed over there, because I mean that channel since January has been growing. Just got over 2,900 for that, getting close to 3K. So I again appreciate it. You know, so very appreciative of everybody, you know, who takes the time to watch the videos, comment, whatever the case may be. Again, you can watch anybody else, but I really appreciate that.
Y'all gonna see Chris on CBS in a minute on these midday shows doing Hawks content. Somebody gonna pick him up because somebody watching. I'm sure of that. Because as I tell y'all all the time, people watch our shows, but they never give us credit because the thing they talking about right now, me and Chris talked about it 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
So somebody watching, but they just competition, so they're not gonna give us our credit. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep making content, keep putting out great content. Shout out to the chat, man. Thank y'all for stopping through. Really appreciate y'all. Again, Willie, thank you for another donation, brother. Truly appreciate it. Let's get it. He said, well deserved, my brother. Keep it going.
Thank you, family. Thank you. And hey, listen, I'm telling you, just this off season, man, we got a lot of different things we're gonna be talking about. We still kind of want to wait for the season to end, but we're gonna have different topics and everything. We're gonna be rolling out. We're gonna be rolling it out, man. So y'all just get ready. Falcons content, you know what I'm saying, Hawks content on Hawks Digest, and y'all just get back, man. Like I said, especially about these Falcons, man, we got so much that we got coming as far as these topics to talk about. Real conversations too, though. We got to be real about. So y'all just get ready, buckle up.
Facts. But I gotta give a shout out to my boy, man. He trying to battle on whether he wants to start a YouTube channel. But let's get it, GA. Y'all please go over there and check him out, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm trying to push him to do more content, do his thing. He a little nervous because I was at one point. But you know what I said? Fuck it, let's do it. Let's get it, GA. Push that content out, man. We have conversations on Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes Friday. And everything we talk about, it comes to pass. So I'm telling you, man, push that content out and do your thing on that channel. And we got your back, me and Chris. We gonna push your content. Just if you do it, step up to the plate, do your thing, man. I'm telling you, I know it's hard because talking content is not easy by far. That's why I said when y'all in the chat or y'all in the comments talking about what y'all don't like and how we are not right, we do the research on this. This is how we come up with ideas. This is how we come up with facts, and this is how we come up with content. So let's get it, man. Put your content out there, man. People gonna either accept you or they not. And really, at this point, if they accept me or not, I really don't care because I love doing what I do. But that's just my advice to you, my brother.
I mean, couldn't have said it better myself, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, it's not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. But me and Chris, we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Cause I gotta do a little running around. But like I said, we'll have a video out either late tonight, after midnight, or in the morning. We'll see. But I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Hey Chris, I'm just saying, man. I'm Mr. 24/7 Sports, man. You know it. Sometimes it be at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I come up with an idea, I just throw it on video. I just do that. But hey, you got to. But hey, we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Peace.